Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen of this universe. Today I'm going to show you how to make some sourdough, so come on over. So we have our trusty scale, bowl, spoon, and we have Grouchy Dave. Grouchy Dave, this is our sourdough starter. If he's not fed, he's grouchy, but luckily he's fed. So, anyways, you get that out, bowl on top of scale. Simply enough. Alright, this is zeroed out at 0 grams. We have 350 grams of water. Just trust me, it's 350 grams. There we go. Don't read that part. But anyways, we have our Grouchy Dave starter. And a simple test to see if it's active is you drop it in, and if it floats, it's active. So in this case, it's floating. So right now we have 16 grams. We want 100 grams of Grouchy Dave. So let's keep on adding it until it's a good old 100 grams. Don't be shy here. A little more Grouchy Dave. Yeah. Okay. 95. Almost there. Okay, use your finger. I mean, we're not in the business of hygiene, so. Anyways, 111, close enough. But you guys, I want you guys to do exactly 100. Don't let me, don't follow me, basically. I'm a bad example sometimes, but anyways, next step, you want some salt. Zero it out again. Recipe calls for 14 grams. I personally like 15, but that's a matter of taste. So anyways, add that bad boy in. Use whatever salt you want. If you like sea salt, use it. Kosher salt, use it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but anyways. Okay, 14, just a little more. Good enough. Alright, that's it for that. So what I like to do is take it to the side, zero scale out, move it a little, take your finger. Make sure you have clean hands, by the way. Like I, for example, I have clean hands. You guys witnessed it yourself. I washed them. And just break it apart. Don't be shy to play with it a little. Anyways, yeah, just play with it. Wash your hands again. Yeah, it's gonna look roughly like that. That's just to kind of break it apart, incorporate it, and yeah, it's gonna look a little foggy, but you know what? It'll do. Let it zero up, 100 grams, perfect. Now here I have. It's kind of hard to see, but it's bread flour, so you know this stuff's legit. So anyways, all this is King Arthur's bread flour. It's like a 12.7% protein, so this is good stuff, and you know it's clearly legit. So anyways, you want 600 grams of your bread flour, and so just like don't be a madman, but you know, gently pour it in until you get 600 grams. Oh my, I messed up here. Anyways, no problem. What you do is you get a spoon. Don't go for the stuff that's wet. Go from the top, the stuff that's nice and white and powdery. So we want to subtract until we get 600 grams. Oh, perfect. See, 600 grams. You know, this is real stuff. Anyways, put that to the side. This, turn off your scale. Put it somewhere else. Now, you can go in with your hands, but this is gonna get really sticky, really messy, and me no likey. So anyways, I like to start it out with a fork, for example. Take one, preferably like a long handle, and what I like to do, I start in the middle, and I just first start with simple circular motions. So go ahead and kind of slowly start incorporating. This part is going to take a while, just be patient. It's a little annoying, a little messy, but if you want to get stuff done, you grab it and you get going. So let me just keep going. Alright, I say that's good enough. For me, it's looking awesome. So I have a ring. Whenever I start working with flour, I like to take it off, put it to the side. Wash your hands again. Sanitization is key. Do it immediately. So that's what I like to say. Done with that. Go ahead and dry off those bad boys. But anyways, you take your hands and you just kind of start. You see, like here, for instance, there's some wet spots. Just flip it over. Let all the kind of dry flour get incorporated. So you just take it from the side and just kind of. For now, you're just kind of folding it in. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's super shaggy right now, but give it enough time and it's going to kind of settle its own self and it'll start working. So it's gonna be sticky. The key thing is don't do slow movements. Always kind of keep your hands moving around. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, I'm getting messy here. I'm gonna grab a cutting board or a board. Now I'm gonna take it out because I don't. So anyways, put that to the side and just kind of start kneading it. You can bring in your other hand now and just start like kind of outward folds to the inside. Sometimes I like to smack it around like that. I don't know if it does anything, but it makes me look cool, so I do it. And yeah, just keep doing that. Keep doing it, keep doing it. And right now it's looking pretty foo-foo. Like it's sticky, clumpy, but keep going. Your main goal here is to make sure that none of the, like there's no clumps in there. Everything, like all the flour is incorporated. So right here's a bit good. Try to kind of like form it into like a little ball. It's gonna be super sticky. Now, I want to get a bowl, a clean bowl, preferably. I mean, you could use the same bowl, but some people do. I personally don't like to, because it still has like some dry bits of flour in it, and I don't like it. Anyways, I get a bowl. Come on over. I'm gonna grab my dough. Again, kind of fold it into a circle, into itself in the middle. And what I'm gonna do is kind of do something like this, and super simple. You just drop it in. You're done. Make sure not to like use the clean part of your hands. You want to leave this for 30 to 45 minutes. This is called the autolyse, and what it's going to do, it's going to start forming the gluten structure. Leave it for 45 minutes until the next step, and see you then. So, the next point. This is super important. If you skip it and the bread turns out bad, that's on you. Don't be a recipe pirate. Now listen up. Now this part is going to be a bit time consuming. Now come on over. So, you're gonna see the dough, it's gonna be looking kind of like this. Now what we're gonna be doing is folding it over, up and over. So this, you want to keep fast and fluid motion, so to say. So first we start like this, and then yank it over. Same thing, yank it over. Keep going until like you just keep folding upon itself. Once you get like a little hang of it, like you'll be able to go faster. Sometimes I like to grab it a little like that, smack it, give it some force. But as you can see, the dough already, it's starting to get like a little smoother. From back then it was like sticky, shaggy, kind of weird looking. But you just keep going. And sometimes I just really like to press in. Like give it all you got, like push it in. And you're about done, right there. Go ahead and close it. Dude, this is gonna be a 6-step process. So you're gonna fold it. So this is our first fold. We folded it once, we're gonna wait 30 minutes. In 30 minutes again, we're gonna fold again. So I'm not gonna show you all the folds, but I'll come back to you guys when we're on the 6th fold and I'll show you the next step. But please do not skip this step, it's very important. Alrighty, it's been 6 folds later. I'm tired. Okay, come on over. This is the final, almost the final part, but anyways, at this point, your dough is nice and soft, so let's go ahead and take it out of its little container. I already got like one of these, here I could just set it, the dough here. The countertop, we cleaned it, but anyways, get like a rag, this is what I like to do, and put it like in a bowl down towards like the bottom. And this is where we're gonna actually place the dough for the overnight fermentation. So if I go ahead and grab the dough, what I wanna do now is just kind of like stretch it out. Play around with it, let the gravity, do the work. Yeah, good enough. Now, you just wanna kind of like stretch it out. And yeah, that's good enough. Now, what you wanna do is fold it over about halfway. Same thing, about halfway. Now I like to start from one side, so from the end, for example. And now the whole purpose is trying to fold it into a ball until we get to the middle. And make sure, basically this, like under here, you're really folding it in really tight as you possibly can. Yeah, go ahead. Once we start approaching the end, kind of just like tuck your hands underneath, far out, and pull it as much as we can in. Same thing. Okay. Sweet. Now we're talking. Okay, so now it's like nice and round. You don't really want to hold on to. Be quick with it. So in this case, this is a soft side. Go ahead and flip it upside down. Some people like to put flour in it. Not me. I ain't one of them. And people always say, oh, it's gonna stick to the bottom of this. No, it won't. So anyways, you close it off and then you put it in the fridge. So made some room in there. And yeah, overnight. Alrighty guys, it's the final finale, the bake day. So I have the oven preheating to 500 degrees. I have my Dutch oven inside. From the fridge, I just took out my dough. I have parchment paper and I have a knife. So if you have a razor blade, that's awesome, take it, but I don't. So take the dough out of the container. Go ahead and flip it over. You'll see a cool little pattern. And then what I like to do is to let it out on some parchment paper. So what are scorch marks for? First of all, it's art. Second of all, it's for the dough to poof up in the proper way. So anyways, I'm gonna make something simple. I'm just gonna do let's do a plus. So make sure when you're cutting, you do a confident cut. So just kind of like that. And there we go. We have a simple, I guess, a plus mark. And that'll do. You don't need anything else. So if you want to later on, you can do like little beauty marks, like little slashes like this. But these ones, make sure they don't go in too deep. Da-da-da. Perfect. We're good to go there. Now, before we start baking, it's preheated at 500 degrees. We want to go ahead and lower it down to 450. Be careful when you take this out. Another tip within the oven is I have 2 racks. I have a piece of foil underneath. What that does is it prevents the bottom of the bread from being burnt. So you go ahead and slide it just straight in. Some will overhang, doesn't really matter. Go ahead and close that lid and push it in. Now you want to leave it in for 20 minutes. Right now it's 8:15. 20 minutes from now is, I can't do math. Ooh, it's time. Oh, sorry about that. It's time to take out the dough or the bread. So now, this you want to do it quick, but you don't want to burn yourself. So take it out, lift up the lid, put it back in. And then another 20 minutes. It's like spectacular time. It's time to open it up. Ta-da! So basically, the bread's done. You want to take it out of its parchment paper. Now some people like it a little crispier. My wife and I personally don't. We like this type of color, for example. Underneath it's got nice color, it's not burnt. And yeah, basically you just wanna let it rest for about an hour and you're good to go.
Are we gonna have a taste test?
No taste test. Taste test is you trying to taste test. Like you gotta taste test it. You personally have to taste test it. We're not gonna taste test it for you. Okay, so there's gonna be a taste test. So let's go ahead and cut into this bad boy. Oh my. Nothing like wine, honey on some toast. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Make this bread for yourself. And yeah, let me know. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'm sure you like it. Don't hate it. See you guys.